Good evening and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our London studio. I'm Victoria Lane. We begin with developments surrounding the ongoing tensions in the Middle East. Former United States President Donald Trump has suggested that Russian President Vladimir Putin may be helping Iran a little bit. Trump made the comments during an interview on Fox News Radio's Brian Kilmeade's show. He indicated that Moscow might be offering some form of support to Tehran, while also suggesting that Russia may believe the United States is assisting Ukraine in return. The remarks come at a time of heightened global concern, as the conflict involving Iran continues to attract international attention and raise fears of broader regional escalation. Meanwhile, shipping through one of the world's most critical energy corridors is slowly resuming under strict conditions. A Turkish-owned vessel has successfully crossed the Strait of Hormuz after receiving permission from Iranian authorities. Turkey's Transport Minister Abdulkadir Uraloglu said around 15 Turkish-owned ships were operating in the region, and officials managed to secure approval for one vessel to pass through the strategic waterway. Shipping activity in the Strait of Hormuz has been heavily disrupted due to the ongoing Middle East conflict, prompting concerns about global oil supplies and international trade routes. In North America, the Canadian government says thousands of its citizens have now returned home from the Middle East as the crisis continues. Canadian Defence Minister Anita Anand confirmed that approximately 8,500 Canadian nationals have been evacuated through a combination of direct and indirect routes. Ottawa has also announced $37 million in humanitarian assistance for Lebanon, aimed at supporting food distribution, healthcare services, and access to clean drinking water. Canadian officials say diplomatic missions in the region continue to provide essential consular services, although some in-person operations remain limited because of security concerns and disruptions to regional airspace. The United Nations is also stepping up its response to the humanitarian situation in Lebanon. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has launched an emergency appeal for $325 million to support people affected by the conflict between Hezbollah and Israel. The funding is intended to help address rising displacement and expand life-saving humanitarian assistance. According to the United Nations, the 3-month emergency plan will focus on providing food, clean water, healthcare, education, and protection services to vulnerable communities impacted by the violence. A former United Arab Emirates ambassador to the United Nations has also weighed in on the growing tensions. Lana Nusayba says Iran must halt attacks on neighboring countries before meaningful diplomacy can move forward. The senior Emirati diplomat expressed confidence that negotiations could eventually bring the conflict to an end, but emphasized that mediation would only be possible once the fighting stops. She also noted that regional governments were shocked by Iran's recent strikes and suggested that former U.S. President Donald Trump could ultimately play a role in helping facilitate a diplomatic solution. Now turning to developments in Pakistan. Pakistan's air defense system reportedly intercepted and shot down a suspected drone near Islamabad after loud explosions were heard in the federal capital and nearby Rawalpindi. Islamabad International Airport was temporarily shut down as a precaution, and flight operations were briefly suspended while security forces responded to the incident. Authorities say the drone was intercepted before it could reach a sensitive location, and no casualties or property damage have been reported. For more on this, we go to our Islamabad correspondent, Sarah Williams.
Security officials say the suspected drone was detected by Pakistan's air defense systems before it entered restricted airspace near the capital. Witnesses reported hearing loud explosions shortly before security forces moved into the area and established a cordon. Authorities quickly suspended operations at Islamabad International Airport as a precaution while the situation was assessed. Investigators are now examining debris believed to be from the drone to determine its origin and purpose. Officials say there is currently no indication of casualties or damage.
Our thanks to Sarah Williams, reporting from Islamabad. Finally, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has announced that petroleum prices in Pakistan will remain unchanged despite rising international oil prices. According to the Prime Minister's office, the decision was made to ease financial pressure on citizens during a period of global energy volatility. Government officials say Islamabad will attempt to absorb the impact of higher global oil rates rather than pass the additional costs on to consumers. The move is part of broader efforts to provide economic relief as households and businesses continue to face challenging financial conditions. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Victoria Lane.